What is more beautiful than silence? It is the greatest companion of wisdom. This profound insight from the ancient philosopher Seneca invites us to explore a concept often overlooked in our fast-paced, noise-filled lives: the transformative power of silence. Have you ever stopped to consider how silence can reshape your thoughts, your emotions, and ultimately, your entire life? In a world where distractions are just a finger swipe away, we often find ourselves overwhelmed by the constant clamor of information, opinions, and expectations. Yet, within this chaos lies a profound opportunity for personal growth and clarity. The philosophy of Stoicism, rooted in the teachings of thinkers like Seneca, offers us a unique lens through which we can understand the significance of silence. It's not merely the absence of sound, it's a powerful tool for reflection, decision-making, and inner peace. Silence allows us to step back from the noise of our daily lives, to cultivate a deeper understanding of ourselves and the world around us. It encourages us to listen, not just to others, but to our inner voice, to our thoughts, and to our emotions. In moments of quiet, we can confront our fears, acknowledge our desires, and gain insight into what truly matters. As we delve into this topic, you'll discover how embracing silence can lead to greater resilience and emotional stability. We'll explore practical strategies for incorporating silence into your life, whether through meditation, contemplation, or simply taking moments throughout your day to pause and breathe. The Stoics believed that by mastering our inner dialogue, we could navigate the external world with greater ease and purpose. Throughout this journey, you'll learn not only why silence is crucial for mental clarity and emotional balance, but also how it can empower you to make more intentional choices, cultivate gratitude, and foster deeper connections with others. So, are you ready to unlock the potential that lies within silence? Join us as we embark on this exploration of the quiet strength that can transform your life, guided by the timeless wisdom of Stoic philosophy. Embrace the silence, and watch as it leads you toward a more meaningful existence. In a world overflowing with noise, both literal and metaphorical, the concept of silence often feels like a luxury we can no longer afford. However, this very silence holds a transformative power that many overlook, a power that ancient philosophers like Seneca understood deeply. Born in 4 BC, Seneca was not only a prominent Stoic philosopher, but also a statesman who witnessed the complexities of life, making his insights profoundly relevant even today. His reflections on silence invite us to consider how we can use it as a tool for personal transformation and deeper understanding. In our modern society, where distractions are relentless and the cacophony of social media, news, and daily obligations can drown out our thoughts, silence becomes a rare commodity. The pressure to constantly engage and respond can lead to a fragmented sense of self. People often find themselves overwhelmed, trying to juggle multiple responsibilities, thoughts, and emotions. Yet, in the midst of this chaos, silence offers a sanctuary, a space where clarity can emerge. When we embrace moments of quiet, we allow ourselves to reflect, to process our experiences, and to connect with our inner selves. This is not merely a retreat from the world, it is an opportunity to engage more meaningfully with it. The relevance of silence today is underscored by the increasing rates of anxiety and stress in our society. Studies have shown that a significant portion of the population feels overwhelmed by the pace of life, struggling to find moments of peace. In this context, silence can serve as a balm, providing a necessary respite that enables us to recharge and regain perspective. By taking time to be silent, we create an environment conducive to introspection, fostering personal growth and emotional resilience. Consider the simple act of pausing before responding to a stressful situation. In a heated discussion or a moment of crisis, taking a moment of silence can prevent rash reactions and allow for more thoughtful responses. This practice aligns with Seneca's teachings on the importance of self-control and the mastery of one's emotions. He believed that true wisdom lies not in the abundance of words, but in the ability to listen to ourselves and to others. Silence can also enhance our relationships. In a world where communication often prioritizes speed over substance, the ability to listen attentively can transform interactions. When we practice silence in conversations, we create space for others to express themselves fully, leading to deeper connections and understanding. Seneca emphasized the value of listening as a means to cultivate wisdom and empathy, reminding us that sometimes the most profound insights arise not from what we say, but from what we hear. Moreover, silence serves as a powerful tool for self-discovery. In our busy lives, we often lose touch with our true desires and values. Engaging in regular periods of silence allows us to tune into our inner voice, helping us to clarify our goals and aspirations. This aligns with the Stoic principle of contemplation, where reflection is seen as essential for personal growth. Through contemplation, we learn to differentiate between what is truly important and what is merely noise. In this context, we can draw a parallel to the Stoic concept of ataraxia, or tranquility. Ataraxia represents a state of serene calmness, achieved through the practice of self-discipline and the cultivation of inner peace. By embracing silence, we move closer to this state, allowing ourselves to detach from external chaos and focus on what lies within. As we navigate the complexities of modern life, the power of silence emerges as a profound ally. It invites us to slow down, to listen deeply, and to reflect thoughtfully. In a society that often equates busyness with productivity, choosing silence becomes a radical act of self-care. By incorporating moments of quiet into our daily routines, whether through meditation, nature walks, or simply sitting in stillness, we can reclaim our mental space and foster a more profound connection with ourselves and the world around us. In conclusion, the transformative power of silence is a gift that has been celebrated throughout history, particularly by thinkers like Seneca. As we face the challenges of contemporary life, recognizing the value of silence allows us to cultivate resilience, deepen our relationships, and engage in meaningful self-reflection. In a world that often prioritizes noise, let us remember that it is in the quiet moments that we can truly hear ourselves and discover the path to transformation. Silence is often viewed as a void, a lack of sound. Yet, within that quietude lies immense power, particularly when it comes to transforming our lives. The Stoic philosopher Seneca once said, "Silence is a lesson learned through life." This statement invites us to delve deeper into the significance of silence and how it relates to the concept of ataraxia, or tranquility, central to Stoic philosophy. Ataraxia refers to a state of serene calmness, where one is free from emotional disturbance and anxiety. In a world bustling with noise, both external and internal, achieving this tranquility can seem daunting. But it's crucial to recognize that silence serves as a gateway to self-reflection, allowing us to cultivate ataraxia in our daily lives. When we take the time to embrace silence, we create space for introspection and clarity, enabling us to discern our thoughts and emotions without the distractions that often cloud our judgment. Consider the simple act of sitting in silence for just a few minutes each day. Imagine how this practice could shift your perspective. In the midst of life's chaos, taking a moment to breathe and listen to your own thoughts can be incredibly grounding. This is not merely about the absence of noise. It's about consciously choosing to engage with our inner selves. By doing so, we can better understand our desires, fears, and motivations, leading to a more controlled and deliberate approach to life. Let's reflect on a practical example. Picture a scenario where you receive a critical email at work. Your initial reaction may be to respond immediately, fueled by frustration or defensiveness. However, if you pause and embrace a moment of silence before replying, you allow yourself the opportunity to reflect on the content of that email. You might ask yourself, what is the underlying issue here? How can I respond constructively rather than react impulsively? This moment of silence can transform your response from a knee-jerk reaction into a thoughtful, measured reply, fostering better communication and understanding. Moreover, this practice of silence can be particularly beneficial in our personal relationships. When conflicts arise, it's easy to get swept up in the heat of the moment. However, if we choose to take a step back and embrace silence, we can avoid saying things we might regret. Seneca wisely noted, "We are more often frightened than hurt, and we suffer more in imagination than in reality." By allowing ourselves to sit in silence, we can confront our fears and emotions rather than allowing them to dictate our actions. This not only leads to healthier relationships, but also enhances our overall emotional resilience. As we navigate our lives, the teachings of Stoic philosophers like Seneca and Marcus Aurelius remind us of the value of introspection and self-control. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "Nowhere can man find a quieter or more untroubled retreat than in his own soul." This encapsulates the essence of seeking silence within ourselves. In moments of stillness, we can confront our thoughts and emotions without external distractions, leading to a profound sense of clarity and purpose. It's essential to ask ourselves, how often do we allow silence into our lives? In a culture that glorifies constant busyness and noise, we may overlook the transformative potential of quietude. By intentionally integrating silence into our routines, whether through meditation, mindful breathing, or simply taking a quiet walk, we open the door to greater self-awareness and emotional regulation. In conclusion, the power of silence is profound. It is not merely an absence of sound, but an invitation to engage with our inner selves. Embracing silence allows us to cultivate ataraxia, leading to a more deliberate, thoughtful approach to life. As we navigate the complexities of our existence, let us remember the words of Seneca. Sometimes even to live is an act of courage. In our courageous pursuit of tranquility, let silence guide us toward transformation. So take a moment today, embrace the stillness, reflect, and discover the power that lies within the silence. How might your life change if you made a conscious effort to invite silence into your daily routine? As we delve deeper into the transformative power of silence, it's essential to explore how this concept is intertwined with the Stoic philosophy of apatheia. In a world filled with chaos and relentless noise, the ability to maintain a calm and collected mind becomes a superpower. Apatheia, a term often misinterpreted as apathy, actually refers to the state of being free from disruptive passions and emotional turmoil. This Stoic ideal encourages us to cultivate a serene inner landscape, allowing us to navigate life's uncertainties with grace and wisdom. Imagine a scenario where you are faced with an unexpected challenge, perhaps a sudden job loss or a challenging personal relationship. In such situations, emotions can easily spiral out of control, leading to anxiety, fear, and impulsive reactions. However, if we can embrace the principle of apatheia, we can learn to observe these emotions without becoming entangled in them. This doesn't mean we suppress our feelings, but rather acknowledge them with a sense of detachment. For instance, consider the story of Epictetus, a prominent Stoic philosopher, who faced countless hardships throughout his life, including slavery. Rather than allowing his circumstances to dictate his emotional state, he practiced apatheia, focusing instead on what he could control, his thoughts and reactions. He famously stated, "It's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters." This wisdom encourages us to take a step back, breathe, and reflect before we respond to life's challenges. In practical terms, applying apatheia in our daily lives can be transformative. Picture yourself in a heated argument with a colleague. The chaos of the moment can provoke a flood of emotions, but if you pause for a moment, embrace silence, and choose to respond thoughtfully rather than reactively, you create space for clarity. This practice of stepping back allows for a more reasoned approach, fostering understanding rather than conflict. Moreover, consider the uncertainty that often comes with making significant life decisions. Whether it's changing careers or entering a new relationship, the fear of the unknown can be paralyzing. However, by cultivating apatheia, we can frame these uncertainties as opportunities for growth. Reflecting on the words of Seneca, who advised us to be wary of the man who urges an action in the moment of crisis, we can appreciate the value of silence in decision-making. When faced with pressure, taking a moment to gather our thoughts can lead to more informed and conscious choices. As we reflect further, it's essential to recognize how these Stoic teachings resonate with our contemporary lives. In a society that often glorifies constant busyness and immediate reactions, practicing apatheia by embracing moments of silence can be revolutionary. It allows us to step off the hamster wheel of frantic activity and instead find strength in stillness. Engaging with silence doesn't equate to inaction. Instead, it empowers us to respond rather than react. For example, when confronted with negative news or social media outrage, instead of diving headfirst into panic or debate, we can choose to pause. This silence grants us the clarity to discern what truly matters and how we wish to respond. In moments of silence, we can reflect on our values and priorities, aligning our actions with our deeper intentions. This practice echoes the Stoic belief that while we cannot control external events, we can control our thoughts, reactions, and ultimately, our peace of mind. To wrap our reflections, let us consider the resonant wisdom of Seneca, who remarked, "The greatest obstacle to living is expectancy, which hangs upon tomorrow and loses today." By incorporating the principles of apatheia into our lives, we can cultivate a deep sense of presence, allowing us to fully engage with the moment at hand. As you navigate your own experiences, take a moment to embrace the power of silence. Allow it to guide you through uncertainty, enabling you to find strength and serenity amidst life's unpredictable waves. Reflect on how you might apply apatheia in your daily interactions and decisions, and recognize that in the stillness, you may discover profound insights and transformative clarity. As we wrap up our exploration of the transformative power of silence through the lens of Stoicism, let's reflect on the key concepts we've discussed. Seneca, a prominent Stoic philosopher, emphasized the importance of inner tranquility and self-reflection. In our fast-paced world, the ability to find moments of silence allows us to connect with our thoughts, understand our emotions, and ultimately gain control over our reactions to life's challenges. By embracing the Stoic principles of resilience and virtue, we can navigate daily difficulties with a sense of purpose and calm. The relevance of Stoicism in our daily lives cannot be overstated. It offers us tools to cultivate a mindset that prioritizes what we can control while accepting what we cannot. This practice not only helps us manage stress, but also enriches our lives with meaning and peace. As we face obstacles, remembering that our responses are within our power can lead to profound changes in how we experience the world. Now, I invite you to take a moment to apply these Stoic teachings in your life. Consider reflecting on one specific Stoic principle, perhaps the dichotomy of control. Identify a situation you're facing where you can separate what you can manage from what you cannot. This simple exercise can empower you to approach challenges with newfound clarity and composure. If you found value in this discussion, I encourage you to subscribe to our channel for more insights. Share this video with friends who could benefit from Stoic wisdom, and leave a comment with your thoughts or experiences. Don't forget to click the notification bell so you never miss an update. To leave you with a thought that encapsulates our journey today, remember Seneca's words: "We suffer more often in imagination than in reality." Let this inspire you to seek silence, embrace Stoicism, and cultivate resilience in your life.